Hey guys, King of Charmanders here. Alright, so the Ultra League timeline along with Premier Cup is going to be from Monday, December 14th to Monday, December 28th at 1 p.m. PST. So 1 p.m. Pacific time as usual for 2 weeks. That's how long the Ultra League is going to run. So it looks like here it's like the same thing as the previous seasons, 2 weeks long. I have no idea if they're going to change anything, but for Ultra League and Premier Cup, it looks like there's no caps on levels. So in other words, level 50 Pokemon are allowed. Now, I'm going to talk about that later, but yes, Ultra League is 2 weeks, and it's actually really interesting at what to look out for Ultra League for Season 6. Alright, so here's the PvPoke.com rankings, and there's something that you probably noticed already that's really bad. There are a ton of Pokemon here that are level 50 that do overtake the rankings. So I'm going to be doing an individual analysis for each and every level 50 Pokemon because I can't explain it all in one video, because when level 50 you can flip bulk points, you can flip break points, a lot of things can change with 10 levels difference. So like I said, with each individual Pokemon, I'm going to make a video for each individual one. That way, you have all the information, or the most information, in case for some odd reason, someone out there is able to get all the candy they need for these Pokemon. So, again, I'll like the level, we'll stare at what's available right now, and we'll take a look at the level 50 mons after. So, of course, your usual core of Cresselia and Swampert are still powerful. So, Cresselia is still a monster in Open Ultra League. That's of course a fact. So if we take away all the XL Pokemon, Cresselia is number 1 as usual. Cresselia does run the meta. It runs the league. You can also run Grass Knot to give it coverage against Swampert and Poliwrath and other things that are weak to Grass, which is why Cresselia is so good. Swampert ranks at number 2 just because Swampert is so oppressive. Swampert goes out there, destroys your entire lineup with these quick mud shots and hydro cannons. Registeel's still here as well. Shadow Swampert, my personal favorite. Well, that's my personal favorite. Articuno is also a monster. Articuno is able to take on a majority of the meta. A majority of the meta that's not like Steel. So if it doesn't resist Articuno, Articuno has a very good chance of being able to give you a lot of sweet plays with Icy Wind and Hurricane. And it's available now, so you might have seen it from season 4, since it came out. You might have seen a lot more Articunos in the league. And then we have Obama Snow, of course. Obama Snow is a beast. And just all these other monsters. You have Suicune, you have Lapras, and the usual. So, Cresselia is still going to rock your world. Swampert. Registeel as well. Registeel is a fantastic wall. If you've noticed, Melmetal is probably a lot more popular with Pokemon Home, so Melmetal is something you're going to look out for as well. Melmetal is also extremely strong, very powerful. It even beats out Registeel XL. So, it's actually doesn't. That's the one shield, so it doesn't beat in the one shield. But, well, you'll see, it's still very, very oppressive without, I'm just gonna call it level 50 Pokemon. So your number 1 lead is going to still be Articuno. Articuno, Swampert, Cresselia, those Pokemon still work. It hasn't really changed much from last season. The only thing you really have to watch out for is Melmetals. So if you like leading with Articuno, just expect more Melmetals to be out there more. So, because they're shiny and probably a lot more trainers have access to them because of Pokemon Home, you're going to see a lot more trainers with Melmetals running around. So, Melmetal isn't something to scoff at. Melmetal is an incredibly powerful mon, so you can expect to see more Melmetals in Ultra League, or very likely you'll see more. In the closing scenario, Cresselia is still a beast, as you see here. Barring the XL Pokemon, it's still extremely powerful. Regice also takes the cake in the lead, just because it's able to take on, as you see here, it actually beats Melmetal in the one shield, because you're able to Earthquake your opponent. I mean, Earthquake Melmetal. So you can take, you can, because Lock-On gets there so quickly, you can pretty much fry a Melmetal. And it's really interesting because Regice is an Ice Pokemon, so Walk Slide does hurt. However, if you look at the simulation, as you see here, Regice is able to beat Melmetal, but yeah, as you see, Regice is able to beat Melmetal, but it's kind of close. You won't beat it in the 2s, but you can beat it in the 1s and the 0s, so just keep that in mind. But Regice is definitely an interesting pick. Now, it's not likely you have one built for PvP. I wouldn't build one for PvP. With level 50 Pokemon here, I wouldn't build one, but if you have one, it's actually pretty dang good for Open Ultra. Obviously, Giratina is still a monster save switch. In fact, the only thing that takes it is literally G-Fist XL. So, Giratina is still a monster save switch. So, Suicune and Cresselia. Shadow Claw is the reason why it's so good. Shadow Claw allows you, in the 2-shield with Shadow Sneak, you can take on Registeel, you can take on Melmetal with Giratina Altered, you can also take on Cresselia. It has a lot of viability, it's very spammy. My personal favorite, it took me to rank 10 in Season 1 and Season 2, so Giratina Altered is a beast, and I definitely recommend, if you have one, just keep on using it. It's still that good. Now, obviously, there's going to be a lot of changes with the level 50 Pokemon. Like I said, I'll be going after each one individually. There's also some other sleeper picks, like Gengar is also, if you have a built Gengar, Gengar actually does really well against the BBML, which is Giratina, Crest, and Swampert. So this is the BBML core, and Gengar actually does very well against all of them. Unfortunately, because it's not as thick, it does lose against Lapras. Alolan does wall you, and Obstagoon, even though you do resist those counters, Night Slash is going to hurt a lot. And because it double resists Ghosts, actually triple resists Ghosts, because it's normal and it's dark, you're not going to have a good time. And against Snorlax, because Snorlax is going to superpower you to death. So as you see, Ultra League does have a lot of change. You can expect to see more things, like I said, Melmetal, Articunos, usually what you saw, like, I would say one of the major differences is Melmetal. You'll see more Melmetals. Melmetal does make a difference, and a lot of trainers are going to use the teams they're comfortable with, so you can expect to still see Cresselias and Swamperts running rampant all over the place, including Gear Altered, so just be prepared for that. If you use something in Open Ultra, if Open Ultra was your jam last season, use the same thing you use and use what you're comfortable with. I would only make minor adjustments if you've actually practiced with the Pokemon a little bit, or if you ran through like a few training sims or ran your simulations or practiced with it. Because even though Melmetal is mad good, Melmetal still loses against things like Obstagoon, etc. So just make sure you keep that in mind. The level 50 thing. Everyone's interested about the level 50. Kakuna Matata / Empoleon Dynamite did an analysis on it. He covered like basically what's going to like a few matchups. Like I said, in order for me to, I'm going to look very deeply into each individual level 50 mon, because I can't tell right now. It's better for me to put out the video so you are prepared versus the other way around. Now I'm going to tell you one thing. Don't panic. It's incredibly unlikely anyone is going to have a Registeel XL or a Galarian Stunfisk XL built by the time Ultra League runs around for this season. Or again. I am currently going after level 50. I only have 5 XL Rare Candy. And I've hatched a few G-Fisk, but I only have like 4 candy for G-Fisk. So it's going to take, unless someone is a madman and has like 2,900, literally it takes like 30,000 candy for level 50 Pokemon if you wanted to convert candy into XL candy. I doubt anyone, even the hardest grinders in the world, have enough G-Fist XL candy to power one up to level 50 right now. They really don't. There's no way someone out there in the entire world right now has enough to power one up unless they've been waiting like a madman. So don't worry about level 50 right now. If you've noticed you're playing Great League right now, you don't see a lot of level 50 Medichams that's running around, because it's almost impossible, actually it practically is impossible, to have a level 50 XLmon right now, unless I said you have like 30,000 candy. Which is kind of possible for like things like Magikarp, Pidgeys, etc. Not for these monsters. So Registeel, as you see, I'm not going to go over them too deeply, but I'm just going to go over the overall like a compass of how level 50 affects Open Ultra. It affects it a lot. So, if you notice, from here, Cresselia, Swampert, Giratina, there's still, like, your regular picks are still viable. Here's the problem. Registeel is so oppressive that it not only, if you thought it walled Cresselia and Togekiss before at level 41, it walls them even harder now. At a 700 rating, it's able to even beat Melmetal in the one shield because it can actually tank a superpower. As you see here, it can actually tank 2 superpowers. Actually, yeah, 2 superpowers. So as you see right here, you can tank 2 superpowers. They double up back to back. And then you can, and then Registeel is still able to focus blast you to death. You lose in the 2 shield. You lose in the 2 shield, as you see here. You lose in the 2s, but you win every other scenario. That's pretty huge. So as long as you're in the 1 shield, you can beat Melmetal. That's absurd. So Registeel XL is looking good. Another one that everyone's looking at is Galarian Stunfisk SL. This is probably your worst nightmare. So it's it basically replaced Cresselia as the most broken thing in the world. And if you thought you hated this thing in Great League, you're going to hate it in Ultra League. So Galarian Stunfisk in Ultra League, as you see here, is a monster. It takes on Cresselia, Melmetal, Togekiss, Charizard, Alolan Muk. And as you see, those matchups are ridiculous because Galarian Stunfisk XL is so powerful, I feel. Look, it takes on the Space Duck, it murders the Space Duck, Melmetal goes down to the junkyard, Togekiss doesn't charm anything to death, Charizard gets yeeted to the next dimension, and Alolan Muk turns into a pile of slime underneath the core of the earth because it's going to earthquake it to death, and then it's going to fall into the core of the earth, and then boom, burns to death. There you go. There's your story about Alolan Muk versus Galarian Stunfisk XL. Anyways, it's just mad good. However, before you get really panicky, look at what it loses against. Your Altered, Swampert, Obstagoon, Lapras, Venusaur. Those are picks that are already available. So yes, it's stupid oppressive, and yes, it's going to piss you off, but there's ways around it. So what's going to happen is this. If you start seeing XL Pokemon flying around everywhere, you're going to see the anti-meta everywhere. So if the anti-meta is flying everywhere, like you're gonna find someone like this guy right here that's gonna make a sweet combination of XL and regular Pokemon that really do some damage in this league. Anyways, it's going to be a nightmare, okay? Those ratings aren't just for show. G-Fist is a nightmare because it literally outpaces a majority in the meta, and you still have play against Swampert. So there's still play in this matchup. As you see here, you're still able to beat Swampert with 2 shields, or if you're in the 1-0s, if you have energy advantage, you can flip this matchup. So G-Fisk is still a beast. So like I said, there's still plenty of Pokemon out there that do threaten the XL Pokemon. So they're not, yes, they're scary, but they're not super terrifying. Unless it's Bama. Bama go and take your shields. So Shadow Bama at level 50 is a freaking nightmare, and here's why. As you see, it beats Gira, Swampert, Togekiss. Yes, you lose against Cresselia, but a 555 rating is not that bad. It puts an insane amount of pressure on your opponent, and if it does win the lead and gain energy, as you see, it's a monster as a charger. So, Shadow Bama, going Bama. Bama, going Bama. That's all I'm going to say. But like I said, previous picks are still extremely powerful. Like I said, Giratina, etc. Umbreon doesn't fall too far from the tree. The reason why it's not rated so high is because you still lose against things like... There's a lot of things that beat Umbreon at level 50. Yes, it's scary. It's still able to take on Gira, Crest, Swampert, Alolan Muk, Charizard, etc. But you do lose to Melmetal, Articuno, Lapras, so you lose against a lot of common current day meta. Yes, it's still really terrifying and it's good, but like at the same time, as you see, it doesn't really put a lot of shield pressure either. It's a great lead. If you win the lead, that's great, but like I said, it's not super oppressive. So, well, like I said, I'll be doing more of an in-depth analysis on these Pokemon, so I will do an individual analysis for each one. We'll go over each one, we'll look at each matchup, we'll run a matrix, etc. That way you guys know what to do. But I would definitely recommend, like I said, don't panic. There's ways around level 50 Pokemon. Coming from the guy that broke Season 1, I'm the only person that broke Season 1 Master League meta with a completely unique anti-meta team. No one else did. I can tell you right now, you can beat patterns. If meta shifts, you can beat the meta, etc. Unless it's regular open Master League, and if you don't have a Dialga, you're pretty screwed. So, there you go. But I was able to work around that anyway, so. But, it's doable. As you see here, there are Pokemon not in XL that are still very strong. And like I said, there's still like a lot of common picks. For example, Galarian Stunfisk loses against Swampert. Guess what? Registeel loses against Swampert as well. So Swampert is able to, like, there is basically the anti-meta. The current day meta is the anti-meta to the newer meta that's going to come out for meta, which is interesting. But yeah. But like I said, don't panic. Don't panic. It's fine. It's fine. We'll be okay until everyone starts getting G-Fist, and then we'll figure out that madness when it comes. But again, guys, don't panic. Like I said, it's going to take a while before anyone builds one, and it takes a ridiculous amount of candy. Like I said, I'm going after level 50, and I'm almost at level 45. I only have 5 XL candy. And XL candy is pretty rare. And to put it in a sense, you need 296 candy, I believe. XL candy are like over 200, so that's like 20,000 candy. That's a lot of candy. So the barrier to entry to use these Pokemon are very strong. But even they're not super oppressive. As you see, yes, G-Fizz does win 78% of its matchups in the One Shield at level 51. However, you also have things you lose against, like Shadow Champs. Let's see, you got Shadow Champs, Swamperts. It loses to Virizion in the One Shield. Sirfetch'd beats it. There's a lot of things that do beat the level 50 Pokemon. That's why I'm not too concerned about it, because when I saw the list, I'm like, wow, these things are really oppressive. And then I looked at the current day meta, I'm like, wow, this is kind of interesting. So it's just, like I said, current day meta can beat the newer meta. The newer meta is going to be annoying, but like I said, there's like ways around it. It's not, that's why when people were panicking, I was just like, it's not that bad. Because I looked at what was going up. Even Deoxys defense at level 50. So Deoxys defense was supposedly a monster. It's not in the top 50. I can see this thing kind of being a problem, but with all the, with all the, like, dark Pokemon running around, as you see here, it's in the One Shield, it's an absolute beast, but you still lose against something. So in the One Shield, let's see, what do you lose against in the One Shield? Actually, this thing's an absolute destroyer. Holy mother of mercy, why are you allowed in this league? Okay, damn, okay, I might take that back, because holy mother of God, is this Ultra League? Okay, that's Ultra League. Yes, that's level 51. My God, that's a lot. How about regular level 50? Okay, 12, 13, 14, what does that do? And that's... Holy macro. Whew! Okay, some things might be really scary. But, okay, how about the 2 shield? Okay! Please tell me this isn't right. Please tell me that's not right. Please tell me that's not right. No, that's right! Okay, so we're gonna... Yeah, we'll go over Deoxys later. But anyways, yeah, so it's gonna take a while before anyone builds a DD that's level 50 anyways, so I'm not worried about it. Not worried about it. There are things that do beat Deoxys defense, like Giratina. However, like I said, don't worry about level 50, guys. It's gonna take a while before anyone gets here, and before when the season rolls around, for this season at least, you won't see a lot of them running around. But the patterns will kind of even itself out. Yes, they're gonna be strong. Yes, they're gonna be annoying. Yes, there will be this barrier to entry that I don't approve of, but at the end of the day, just keep practicing. Use what you're comfortable with in Ultra League this time around for Open, if you like Open. Most people like Ultra Premier. I'll be doing a separate analysis for Ultra Premier, and then you'll see that. Anyways, if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Again, I'll be doing an individual analysis for each level 50 Pokemon, so you might as well, like, know what, like, even though they're not out yet or they're not built, for you guys to be aware of, like, an in-depth analysis of level 50 Pokemon. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.